So we were discussing about technology, and yesterday we completed building and construction technology. Now, paper making and book binding. Paper making and book binding. This again gave pace to the new development in medieval period. Paper making was an old art, possibly discovered by Chinese 1st century AD. But Indians learnt it too late. Writing was a skill in India. Ashoka inscriptions are written on stone, clothes, leaves, tamrapatras, copper plates. But with the coming of Turks, paper making, the art of paper making reaches India. Not only the art of paper making, the art of book binding. It was possibly Indian innovation. Paper making disseminates in India from Turks. And this improved paper making and book binding. This improved the writing tradition. The improvement in writing tradition led to the improvement in maintaining the big records. Ain-e-Akbari is a reservoir of record. And then you see Firoz Shah Tughlaq starts translation of Indian scriptures. Firoz Shah Tughlaq starts translation of Indian scriptures. Turks were facing the problem in governing this country. But natural, if you are a foreigner and a ruler in a country, your first objective will be to know the polity, economy and culture of that country. Because to make laws, you have to understand all these things. It was too late when Firoz Shah Tughlaq started the translation. But because of this, Akbar established translation department. Akbar established translation department. Translation. He establishes translation department. All types of records. Army, administration, revenue, then military technology. Horseshoe, stirrup, and gunpowder. Horseshoe, stirrup, and gunpowder. And this development in military led the foundation of big empires. Horse is not the animal of this subcontinent. We mainly depended on import of horse. So any setback to the horse, and horse is known for what? Speed. The more you become out of reach for your enemies, the more you become lethal for your enemies. Mongols, they are the masters in horse riding. What was the main reason for their victory? They had a habit of sitting on horse for continuous 7 hours, 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours. You see, if you see the Mahabharat war, if you see the Indian wars before the advent of Turks were very moral type of wars. Early in the morning, as you see in the school, the bell rings and everyone becomes disciplined and assembly starts, and then the class start, and then interval, moral type. If you see Indian wars, it was a moral type of war. Well, you made the announcement through the conch or the war bells, and the war will go on. Once the war bells are stopped, you have to stop the war. And when you have stopped the wars, people from both the parties can meet each other. They can talk to each other. This was a very important part of the wars. Moral wars in India. If the weapon of the other party fell on the ground, the other party will not fight. Even war in India was based on morality and ethics. This was again a very important important reason for the defeat of the Rajputs. You see, entire in medieval India, Rajputs were not able to get victory with Turks and Mughals. Why? Turks and Mughals followed the art of betrayal. Alauddin Khilji's victory of Hamirdev. मतलब दो मुसलमानों को बचाने के लिए 20,000 राजपूत सैनिक मारे गए. To save two Muslims, Muslim soldiers, Muslim chiefs, 20,000 Hindu soldiers were killed. And on the other side, Sher Shah keeps his hand on Quran against a Rajput ruler, promises him to give him the safe passage. But when he comes out from the fort, the Maulana said to him, the oath taken against a kafir is not applicable. This was the approach of Turks and Mughals in India. How morality and ethics will stand in front of betrayal and deception? So the only person who was successful against Mughals was who? Who was the only person in medieval India who was successful against Mughals? The only person who succeeded against Mughals, Shivaji. Because Shivaji applied the same principle which was understood by these foreigners. Which was understood by these foreigners. Night attack on Shaista Khan, Afzal Khan, Surat plunder, and Mongols had the habit of sitting continuously 20 hours, 24 hours. This was the reason for their victory in entire Asia. Wherever they went, people lied down on their feet. First thing, their speed, and second thing, their stability on the horse. They had a mushaks, leather bags on their back. Leather bags full of wine, liquor, and meat. And while fighting in the battlefield, they used to take up a pack of liquor. अब सामने वाले की उतर गई और वो तो लड़ते लड़ते पी रहे. And the person in front said कि भैया one me also. अरे बोले no. Speed and mastery on the horse was the reason for the initial victories of Mongols. And this horseshoe not only gave life to the horse, life, it became so much important, this horseshoe, that we Indians started putting up on the doors of our house. This horseshoe became so much important that we Indians started putting up on the doors of our house, doors to control Shani. You go to Shirdi, just go to Shirdi, not Shirdi, Shani Shinglapur near Shirdi. How many of you have taken this from Shani Shinglapur near Shirdi? 72 kilometers from Shirdi. You get it? They sell it there. You can imagine its importance. Horseshoe. It gave the life to the horse because the nails of the horse, nails while running, the nails of the horse used to get injured. And if you have ever faced nail injury in your leg, and if you have ever faced nail injury in your leg, you see how it affects the movement of a person. Similarly, it affected the movement of the horse. But now, this horseshoe gave the life to the movement of the horse. The saying came out, if there will be no horseshoe, there will be no horse. Life and speed to the horse. Stirrup. Stability on the back of the horse. Stirrup. Stability on the back of the horse. When a horse is moving on a speed, it was very challenging to maintain yourself on the back. This gave stability. And this became the strength for the archers of Babur. There was not a single reason for the victory of Babur in Panipat. There were many reasons. This was again a very important reason for the Turks and the Mughals' victory in India. And gunpowder became the strength against the big forts. Introduced by the Turks, but officially used by Babur. जो दिवाली में तुम क्रैकर देखते हो, क्रैकर, that was started by Firoz Shah Tughlaq. The tradition of cracker in India starts from Firoz Shah Tughlaq. मुसलमान लोग ईद में दगाते थे. और मजेदार बात ये देखो कि as it is largely used in Diwali, it was largely used in Eid. See the result of ignorance and illiteracy. सबसे ज्यादा क्रैकर ईद में यूज होते थे, ईद में. But now as it is largely used in Diwali, so Muslims avoid using it in Eid. कहते हैं हिंदुओं का है. अरे नालायक, हिंदू जानते ही नहीं थे क्रैकर क्या होता है. See the result of ignorance and illiteracy. The use of gunpowder, it's a Turkish tradition, using cracker in Eid. Who started, during whose time it started? Firoz Shah Tughlaq. It started during the time of Firoz Shah Tughlaq. It was basically used in the festival of Eid. Introduced by Turks. Later on, Hindus imitated it in Diwali. And it got attached with Diwali. That is why in fireworks today also, who is expert? Muslims. 90% experts in cracker making are Muslims. There is a place 40 kilometers from Allahabad, Mawaima. We used to go and buy crackers from there. And it's a completely Muslim settlement from Turkish period. Strengthening of the horse and use of gunpowder. Sher Shah died while using this gunpowder. Gave a big strength to the army. Laying down the foundation for use in firecracker from the time of Firoz Shah Tughlaq. Babur uses it in the warfare. Sher Shah died while using it. And Himu lost it before the second Panipat war. Himu lost it before second Panipat war. The artillery of Himu was taken away by Mughals. 4 informations are very important. Beginning from the time of Firoz Shah Tughlaq, especially in fireworks, crackers, Babur introduces in the warfare the 2 Persian gunpowder masters. Sher Shah got killed because of this. And before the second battle of Panipat, Himu lost it to the Mughals. Then tin coating, very important. You will see today also, women or anyone who's involved in cooking avoids keeping vegetables, dal, milk in the utensils of brass and copper. Today also Indians avoid keeping vegetables, dal, milk in brass and copper. So kalai it is called as kalai, the tin coating in brass and copper metals, to make it more friendly to the users. Shipbuilding, a well-known art in India, although, and it is said by the European travelers that Europeans learned a lot from Indian shipbuilding industry. Reason, carpentry was at a very high level. Although Cholas are the only people who maintained a big navy. After that, the man who establishes Admiral Board was Tipu Sultan. Then distillation. Distillation turned liquor into liquor industry. In India, as village industry, especially liquor prepared from sugarcane. Distillation. Introducing the process of distillation. Liquor was already known, but fermentation is the common process known in the entire world. Fermentation is a common process known in the entire world. And medieval period became the period of liquor industry. सबसे ज्यादा मुसलमान बनाते थे और सबसे ज्यादा मुसलमान पीते थे. This distillation was started possibly in 12th century in Italy. Write the information. Distillation process. It starts from 12th century in Italy, possibly from 12th century in Italy. Correct information is not available. It started possibly from 12th century in Italy, and from Italy it moves to Arabs, Arabs to Persians, and Persians to Hindustan. We all are so much connected. Hindustan, Chinese, Persians, West Asia, Europe, that what went from where cannot be said in a very confirmative way. Distillation process. Possibly all of you must have done in class 9th and 10th in chemistry labs. Distillation establishes liquor industry. Till now, liquor industry was an industry on which India was completely dependent on West. इस देश में भजन शराब पे कभी नहीं बना. No bhajan, no. Not even a single bhajan is based on wine and liquor in this India, in this country. This tradition of Qawwali based on woman and wine comes from Central and West Asia. The main emphasis of Islam is Jannat. Jannat. Why majority Muslims are not interested in dhyan and meditation? Because Jannat has a very big emphasis in Islamic culture, in Islamic religion. Actually ध्यान के प्रति अट्रैक्शन बढ़ाना था उन्हें, तो कुछ ज्यादा ही लालच देनी थी. Rarity of rare, you will find a Musliman who does not believes that there is no space in this universe called Jannat. Rarity of rare. Rarity of rare. Rarity of rare. You will find a Musliman. I see many Muslim friends, many of my Muslim friends, they believe and they have a very strong belief that all those people who do not follow Islam will not go to Jannat. There will be some exceptions to non-Muslims on the basis of their records, but majority well-educated Muslims. So there was a very big emphasis in Islam. You see, that is why Sufis were beaten. This was the very important reason that Sufis were beaten. Sufis emphasize on women and wine. उनका पूरा ट्रेडिशन वुमन और वाइन पे बेस्ड है. मस्त नजरों से अल्लाह बचाए. वो खुदा को ऐसा पोर्ट्रे करते हैं सूफीज. दिस इज द रीजन दैट हार्डकोर these priests, Maulanas, they hate Sufis. Maulanas so much hate Sufis. And this is the path of meditation. Every Hinduism, Swarg, and then moksha, liberation from senses. Swarg is a concept given by priest. Moksha by saints. Liberation from senses and connection with conscious. Jainism calls it Kaivalya. Buddhism calls it Nirvana. Islam, Jannat. Nafs. Nafs. Mirage. Yes. This word mirage is rarely understood by Muslims. वो ये तो मानते हैं कि मोहम्मद साहब मिराज को उपलब्ध हुए. मिराज, द मूवमेंट ऑफ मोहम्मद टू द सेवेंथ हेवन, एनलाइटनमेंट. हम हिंदुओं भी तो 7 चक्रास हैं. नफ्स, यस. तो सूफीज, when I'll come to the topic Sufism, there I'll discuss. And this was the entire story of the specific features of third urbanization. Any doubt? Rural revolution, urban revolution, technology and craft. So what was the first point in Delhi Sultanat's economy? Sultanate, economy of Sultanate. Economy of Sultanate. Rural economy, urban economy, technological developments, role of the state. All the 4 points are clear. 1398, Sultanate comes to an end. Sultanate comes to an end. This I will give you as a note. Some rulers are very important, and you have to prepare it as a precaution. They can ask any ruler. And in 15th century, you will see the dominancy of complete 15th century, 100 years, dominancy of regional states. Bengal became independent, Gujarat became independent, Malwa became independent, Sindh became independent, Deccan became independent, South India became independent. End of a powerful central authority. But these regional rulers, in the background of the flourishing economy, these regional rulers in the background of the flourishing economy were able to maintain their states. Gujarat, a very famous name, Mahmud Begla. Mahmud Begla, very famous. Kashmir, Sikandar and Zainul Abidin. Bahmani, Firoz Shah. Malwa, Hoshang Shah. These rulers in the background of entire 15th century independent regional states. Write it. NCERT video. You can prepare it from their NCERT, but don't leave it. 15th century people generally skip it. They don't pay attention on this. So these rulers and their steps to consolidate economy, polity and society. Very important. These rulers and their steps to consolidate economy, polity and society. NCERT video. But कौन बताएगा? There was a development in 15th century which prepared the ground for the emergence of big empires. A very important development. But 1498, Portuguese discovered the direct sea route to India. Vasco da Gama. But after discovering the sea route, (1498), these Portuguese dominated Aden, Hormuz. 1510, Goa and Malacca. The four gateways of trade and commerce between Asia and Europe. They not only discovered the direct sea route, they dominated Aden, Hormuz, Goa. 1510, they occupied Goa. Albuquerque. 1510, they occupied Goa. Turks. Aden, Hormuz, Aden, the Horn of Africa. Hormuz, the Persian port. Goa, India. Malacca, Southeast Asia. Africa, Persia, India. इतना कनेक्शन अगर सीख गए ना, अरे तो तबाही मचा दोगे. Hello, Southeast Asia. Dominancy on seas and oceans. Dominancy on sea and ocean. And issuing cartages, passes for the sea trade. Route A was continuously in trouble. Route A was continuously in trouble. So Europe became an empire because of its dominancy on Route D. Route A, C was completely under the dominancy of Aden, Yemen, Oman, Iraq, Yemen. Yes. Yemen. Close to Africa. Yemen. Yemen, yes. Gulf of Aden. Route A and C was under Turks. Route A and C was completely under Turks. Europeans were suffering. That led to Renaissance to geographical discoveries. And then they dominated Route D. And they became the superstars of Route D. They not only dominated sea and ocean, issuing cartages, trade passes to Arabs, to Persians, to Hindustanis, cartages that you will do trade on commerce on our condition. And their dominancy on sea and ocean was unbreakable. And this prepared the demand. You see Mahmud Begla? His entire career goes in fighting with Portuguese. During Humayun, that ruler from Gujarat, Humayun का second rival कौन था? Bahadur Shah. He died in a scuffle with Portuguese. He was thrown away from the ship in the sea. Portuguese ने बुलाया कि आ जाओ, discussion करेंगे. And the discussion was going on the ship. And some heated argument started. Portuguese picked him up and threw him in the sea. This mastery of Europeans on Route D became a very important factor for the emergence of a big state in Hindustan. Necessity is the mother of invention. Necessity. Babur cuts off the ties with Central and West Asia. They themselves were suffering. खुद ही परेशान थे. अपना नाम गरीबों से जोड़ने से क्या फायदा? Turks, they remained connected with Central and West Asia, but Mughals, they cut off their ties with Central and West Asia. Complete sovereignty. कि हम हैं boss. We are the masters of this universe. खलीफा खुद ही भाग रहा था चारों तरफ. And then they started establishing a strong state. When they started establishing the strong state, which was giving momentum to third urbanization, so but natural, they started getting the support. And that became the background for the establishment of, important background for the establishment of Mughal rule in India. And because of the establishment of Mughal rule, situations completely changed in Hindustan. First important factor, direct connection with Europeans. 1498, direct connection with Europeans. Gave a big push to third urbanization. एक पावरफुल स्टेट चाहिए था, मुगलों ने दे दिया. डायरेक्ट कनेक्शन विद स्टेट, पीस एंड स्टेबिलिटी. पीस एंड स्टेबिलिटी. स्ट्रॉन्ग contribution of Europeans. Contribution of Europeans. अब Turks gave promotion to horticulture, the fruit cultivation in India. और उस फ्रूट में जो ग्रेप्स वो लेकर आए टर्क्स, ग्रेप्स अच्छी क्वालिटी का. यार पोर्चुगीज ने उसमें पाइनएप्पल ऐड कर दिया, पपाया ऐड कर दिया. And it gave a great boost to horticulture industry in India. अब वेजिटेबल इंडस्ट्री तो बूस्ट कर ही रही थी. इंडिया इज अ लैंड ऑफ डिफरेंट वेजिटेबल्स. उसमें दो चीज और ऐड हो गई, पोटैटो एंड टोमेटो. बना बना के चटनी खाओ जितनी खाना है. chutney and chokha became the staple diet of Indians. Sugarcane was indigo. Sugarcane were already a cash crops. Sugarcane and indigo were already a cash crops. A new dimension, a new addition, tobacco. Who did the revival and re-emergence of Indian agriculture? Turks. Who gave a new life? Mughals. And then the role of the state. The factors which affected Mughal economy. Direct connection with Europeans. Direct connection with Europeans. Major developments in technology. Major improvement, development and improvement in technology. Major development and improvement in technologies. These were the crucial factors. Revival and re-emergence of agricultural and urban economy was done by Turks. The new life to it was given by Mughals. So write down the next heading, Mughal economy. थोड़ा सा बड़ा मैटर है मुगल इकॉनमी. Till here the story is clear. And the prosperity of Mughal period so second urbanization is the game of route A. Third urbanization is the game of route D. Preface. Agricultural economy, primary sector. Secondary sector. Urban economy and trade and commerce. Industries, urbanization, trade and commerce, all we will discuss here. And the prosperity of Mughal period became the envy for entire world. Envy. This word is used in NCERT. The prosperity of Mughal period became an envy for entire world. The dream of everyone was to join the Mughal bureaucracy, to become a mansabdar. Salaries were so high, 40,000, 50,000, 60,000. Salary. Population was hardly 10 crore in entire Indian subcontinent. 10 crore. Hardly. जब इंडियन गवर्नमेंट ने नारा दिया हम दो हमारे दो, you can imagine how a foolish population is a curse for a nation. Foolish. How a foolish population is a curse for a nation. बच्चे पैदा करना बड़ी बुरी बात नहीं है, बहुत अच्छी बात है. But can you imagine that your children are suffering for basic necessities? Agnesh Shrivastava is my friend. I have a brother-in-law in Allahabad. He had a single daughter. Single. And you know, the temperament of people of UP, Bihar. If you don't have a son, इतने बड़े गधे हैं इस इलाके के लोग, गधे मतलब इन रियल सेंस डोंकीज. When my third daughter was born, तो मेरी एक भाभी जी हैं, my brother's wife, and I came out from, I was standing in front of Operation Theoti, and Dr. Dang is a very prominent doctor here in Sant Parmanand Hospital near Vidhan Sabha. She came out smiling, Mr. Roja, daughter is born. Ara, I said, Elizabeth has come. And when I told this to my bhabhi, she made up her face. I immediately held her in a lift. I said, you leave from here. And then this point came into my mind that these people will come and they will distract the mind of my wife. Sir, you cannot imagine how much money I distributed in that hospital. And she recovered in 2 days. An entire hospital was in shock. If you go to meet Dr. Dang, you'll find my photograph in her cabin. She thought that this is the first child in my family, first daughter. When she heard it's a third daughter, and anyone who was coming to meet me, that was by God's grace also, the people who were coming to meet me, they were bringing the sweets and fruits and all those things. And I have especially said to some people, especially I have called to some people, कि when you come to meet me, तो 5 किलो सेब ले आना, 10 किलो सेब ले आना, एकदम माहौल मस्ती का बना दो. So I have a brother-in-law, I was telling, he has one daughter. And people of his family, outside his family, everyone forced. Now the daughter is in graduation. Everyone forced him for a second child. एक बेटा पैदा कर लो. क्यों? जिससे तुम्हारी लड़की लेके भाग जाए. नहीं नहीं नहीं, अरे बदतमीजी, आप तो हमेशा बदतमीजी की बात करते हैं. हमसे लोग इतने नाराज हैं, खफा हैं दुनिया में. मैं कुछ बोल दूं तो मैं बदतमीज, और तुम कुछ बोलो तो वो नफासत. If I say something, the achievement of this country is that you have to live among fools. Daughters, you go to old age home, you will never find a single person in old age home who is having a daughter. And at the time of my marriage, I have said to my wife, कि बेटा पैदा होगा तो समझ जाना फिर. And she used to say to me, कि अबे हमारे हाथ में थोड़ी है. And now by God's grace, I have so many daughters. मतलब अब भाई ये चली आती है. कर्नाटका की एक IAS है, मैं नाम नहीं लूंगा, उससे इनकी बड़ी दोस्ती है. तो विद इन 2-3 months शी विल मूव टू कर्नाटका. मैं जा रही हूँ, उससे बुलाया है, मेरी बेटी ने बुलाया है. इंडियंस, मेजॉरिटी इंडियंस आर बॉर्न टू बी बीटन. मेजॉरिटी. गॉड इन दिस कंट्री रोम्स विद वेपन. गॉड, भगवान हथियार लेके चलता. भगवान. इतने बदतमीज लोग हैं, इतने बदतमीज इस देश में लोग हैं. मतलब in the past 2-3 days, and you can imagine the prosperity of Mughal Empire. With the buildings of Mughal Empire, Jama Masjid, Delhi, Red Fort, Agra. Go and see the walls of Red Fort in Agra. And whenever you get the time, please watch that movie of Prithviraj Kapoor, Mughal-e-Azam. Mughal-e-Azam. The period in which that movie came, no one was so much aware about Mughals. And Mughals were basically the descendants from Mongols, paganist, nature worshippers. There is a big difference between Turks and Mughals. Turks, they were also from a tribe. But the condition when they came to India, they were completely foreigners in India. But when Mughals came to India, it became very important for them to be highly liberal. Because they were not only facing resistance from non-Muslims, they were facing resistance from Muslims. मेरा लिबरल होना मुगलों की मजबूरी थी. कोई फायर लिबरल नहीं होता उड़ा दिए जाते. बिकॉज मुस्लिम्स वर देयर एनिमीज. बाबर की सारी लड़ाइयां मुसलमानों से ही तो हैं. 1526 इब्राहिम लोदी, 1527 राणा सांगा. बट हु इज फाइटिंग विद along with राणा सांगा? महमूद लोदी, हसन खां मेवाती, सारे मुसलमान ही तो राणा सांगा के साथ. बैटल ऑफ चंदेरी, मुस्लिम्स वर विद मेहदी राय. बैटल ऑफ घग्गर विद अफगान्स. इट वॉज कंपल्सन फॉर मुगल्स टू बी लिबरल इन हिंदुस्तान. और कोई ऑप्शन ही नहीं था. भाई अगर इस्लामिक भाईचारा है तो द अफगान्स एंड टर्क्स शुड हैव वेलकम मुगल्स. पर इंटरेस्ट में कोई भाईचारा नहीं होता ही नहीं. एंड द मैच्योर पीपल आर वेरी मच क्लियर. मैच्योर पीपल आर वेरी मच क्लियर. बस जिस दिन तुमको एक बात समझ में आ गई कि समझ बढ़ानी है, बस और कुछ करना ही नहीं दुनिया में. द वन एंड ओनली थिंग विच यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड. आप पता नहीं क्या क्या बढ़ाते रहते हो. Majority population in this country is busy in something else, improvement of something else, expansion of something. पता नहीं कहां बिजी है. गजब सा देश है ये. बहुत गजब का देश है. And if you go and see the Taj Mahal, first time when you will see the Taj Mahal, for a second, 10 to 15 seconds, you will be stuck. तुम जब दरवाजे से एंटर करोगे ना, and the Taj Mahal will come in front of you. There are certain buildings in India जिनको देखकर एक बार तुम्हारे मन में एकदम कैलाशनाथ टेम्पल. The temple cut out from a single rock. क्या आर्किटेक्चर. These Mughal buildings are the symbols of prosperity. No, and हिंदुस्तान में एक और घटिया ट्रेंड, उससे बचना. They'll put the picture of Kailashnath temple and they will say कि ताजमहल से भी बढ़िया चीज हिंदुस्तान में. ताजमहल देखने क्यों जाते हो? तुम्हारी चच्ची बैठी वहां पे इसलिए देखने जाते हैं. नालायक. कैलाशनाथ टेम्पल की अचीवमेंट अलग है. उसको क्यों, हर चीज को तुम क्यों कंपेयर करते हो एज अ हिंदू एंड अ मुसलमान? ताजमहल प्यार की निशानी नहीं है. तो क्या है प्यार की निशानी? प्यार की निशानी है राम सेतु. मतलब प्रचंड जाहिल, जिसको कहते हैं प्रचंड जाहिल, प्रचंड. अब हमसे एक भाई साहब ने कहा कि ताजमहल देखने क्यों जाते हो, तो बस हमने कह दिया. हमसे कहा कि तुम बस आप बड़े भैया के दोस्त हैं इसलिए कुछ नहीं बोल रहे. हम कहें वैसे भी कुछ नहीं बोल पाते. अकेले मिल जाओ चढ़ा देंगे. Akbar's religious policy was the requirement of the time. Don't see, Use selection of words are very important in writing the mains. Akbar's religious policy was the requirement of the time, which got motivated by his self-interest and inclination. और कोई ऑप्शन, तब आंसर तुम्हारा बैलेंस होगा. It was not simply because of his self-interest and inclination. फिरोज शाह तुगलक चाह कर भी लिबरल नहीं हो पाया. You see the condition of Firoz Shah Tughlaq? Akbar's religious policy was the requirement of his time, which got motivated by his self-interest and inclination. Aristocracy has not only religion, it has no caste, no region, nothing. ये तो हमने बनाया है. Everything which is created by human being is to distract human being. धर्म, जाति, क्षेत्र. First heading, preface. The motivating factors. The motivating factors of third urbanization. Liberation and promotion in agriculture. Second, induced trade in trade and commerce. Third, technological developments. Fourth, role of the state. Hope you have understood all these things. They still remained the motivating factors during Mughal period. The only new development was, they still remained the motivating factor in Mughal period. The only new development was what? The additional new development. What? What was the additional new development? The additional new development was, they still remained the motivating factors. The additional new development. What was the additional new development? The additional development was advent of Europeans. Very good, very good, very good. Wow. The additional development was advent of Europeans, which gave a very big dimension to the Mughal economy. Motivating forces were same. Liberation and promotion, induced trade, technological development, role of state, but additional development. These are the key factors which you have to remember while preparing, while writing the mains. Always you will remember the key factors. Key factors for second urbanization: agricultural surplus. Key factors for second urbanization: promotion to art and craft. Key factor to second urbanization: the strong state in India and Central Asia. These are the key factors for third urbanization. The key factors for second urbanization. Second urbanization: agricultural surplus. Connection with route A and B. Technological developments and role of the state. The entire game takes place on the key factors. If you understand the key factors, अब इसी में तो हम addition करेंगे. Now what we will do? We will do addition in these points. Finish. Mughal economy will be completed. There will be nothing new. हम इसको ज्यादा डिस्कस करेंगे. Advent of Europeans. कुछ तो नई चीज होगी ना. This is what I always say to you. They want to know. You understand the new factors in a particular period. This is of what I always say to you. You find out, you see the key factors of the previous. Now, if they give you a question on comparison between second and third urbanization, just imagine. The chart is in front of you. अब हम यही पॉलिटी में भी करेंगे. The same thing we will do in polity also. There was also empire, second urbanization. Here is also empire. What was the development from one period to another? Just for example, Turks. When I will give you the notes, mind it one thing. See this evolution, see this development. When I started history, I said you have to just keep the eye on the evolution of the things, development of the things. यही तो समझदारी है, यही तो डेवलप करना है. दिस इज व्हाट यू हैव टू डेवलप. और करना क्या है? पहचान ही तो बनानी है. और इस शहर में करना क्या है? सेकेंड हेडिंग, एग्रीकल्चरल इकोनॉमी. First point will be, first point, Sultanate period. Liberation. Liberation from feudalism. This was the first important target of Turks. Liberation from feudalism. So from Sultanate you add, I have drawn the figure from Vedic period. So now you have to continue. Liberation from feudalism. How they liberated? What were the steps done in liberation? You will remind me the previous points. Then I will tell you the addition. Previous points you will remind me. I will give you the addition. So what was the challenge? Feudalism. Liberation. Mawas. Yes. This was Mawas. Plunder. Second, Ekta. Third, land revenue. Mawas, Iqtidari, land revenue. But then Firoz Shah Tughlaq revived the devil. Firoz Shah Tughlaq revived the devil when he made Iqtidari as a hereditary institution. Revival of feudalism by Firoz Shah Tughlaq. Revival of feudalism by Firoz Shah Tughlaq, which again led to the birth of regional states. The Iqtidars who became powerful, they declared themselves independent with the weakness of the central authority. So feudalism was again a challenge when Mughals rule started. Feudalism was again a challenge when Mughal rule started. Write the complete line and make a star. Feudalism was still a challenge when Mughal rule started. And then Babur took up a new stand. Babur took up a new stand. He starts Wajahdari. Wajahdari system. Babur. He divides his territorial achievements into his wajahdars, military governors. Military governors. He divides his territorial achievement into his territorial achievements among his military commanders, and that was called as wajahdari. Wajah, WAJH, H also, WAJAH, wajah, wajahdari system. Iqtidari, Iltutmish. Wajahdari, Babur. But then vacuum, Mughals lost, and when Humayun regains, it was again a beginning of Mughal rule. 15 साल वैक्यूम फॉर मुगल्स फॉर 15 years. 15 साल मुगल थे ही नहीं हिंदुस्तान में. Humayun has taken shelter with Shah Thomas of Iran. So when again Akbar reoccupies Delhi and Agra, it was a new beginning for him. And now the answer was Jagirdari system. Jagirdari system plus Aine Dehshala. Aine Dehshala. The complete solution for a very applied, don't write complete. Please don't use the word complete. A very applied solution for the troubles of agriculture and agriculturist. A very applied solution for the troubles of agriculture and agriculturist. You are getting this approach? This is the core thing. This is the core thing in history. One period to another. You are able to connect. Picture. Just tell me one thing. Are you able to visualize these things or not? You are taking history as a pain because you are not able to connect. कि हो क्या रहा है यार? अकबर महान है, अकबर महान है. अरे तो क्यों महान है? Now if you get the chance to speak, Akbar is great. Second point. Promotion. Tell me in all the previous points. Promotion. Promotion.